We're going to switch gears a little bit today. If you want to have some fun, go on YouTube and type in Abbott and Costello, math, or Three Stooges, math. You might even run across one that was done by Ma and Pa Kettle. That's kind of fun too. But here's a question that I urge you to use quite a bit. When was math invented? And while you're at it, use this one along with it. When was the 7-day week invented? Where did it come from? After all, history shows that other options have been tried. Several years ago, I Googled the 7-day week, and there were options mentioned which had been tried. Like in France one time, they tried a 10-day work week. When I tried that today, that was gone. Wasn't there anymore. The 7-day week is totally undisputed. So go back to those two questions. Where did the 7-day week come from? Where did mathematics come from? Well, open your Bibles to what is really the first page of the Bible, Genesis chapter 1, and start there with verse 3. And God said, "Let there be light." There was light. God saw that the light was good, and he separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. There was evening, there was morning, the first day. And God said, "Let there be an expanse between the waters to separate water from water." So God made the expanse and separated the water under the expanse from the water above it. And it was so. God called the expanse sky. And there was evening, there was morning, the second day. God said, "Let the water under the sky be gathered to one place. Let the dry ground appear." It was so. God called the dry ground land. He gathered, and the gathered waters he called seas. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let the land produce vegetation, seed-bearing plants, trees on the land that bear fruit with seed in it, according to their various kinds." And it was so. The land produced vegetation, plants bearing seed according to their kinds, trees bearing fruit with seed in it according to their kinds. God saw that it was good. There was evening. There was morning, the third day. God said, "Let there be lights in the expanse of the sky to separate the day from the night, and let them serve as signs to mark seasons and days and years. Let them be lights in the expanse of the sky to give light on the earth." And it was so. God made two great lights, the greater light to govern the day, the lesser light to govern the night. He also made the stars. God set them in the expanse of the sky to give light on the earth, to govern the day and the night, to separate light from darkness. God saw that it was good. There was evening, there was morning, the fourth day. Then God said, "Let the earth teem with living creatures. Let birds fly above the earth across the expanse of the sky." So God created the great creatures of the sea and every living and moving thing with which the water teems, according to their kinds, every winged bird according to its kind. God saw that it was good. God blessed them and said, "Be fruitful and increase in number, and fill the water of the seas. Let the birds increase on the earth." There was evening, there was morning, the fifth day. God said, "Let the land produce living creatures according to their kind, livestock creatures that move along the ground, wild animals, each according to its kind." It was so. God made the wild animals according to their kinds, the livestock according to their kinds, and all the creatures that move along the ground according to their kinds. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let us make man in our image, in our likeness. Let them rule over the fish of the sea, the birds of the air, over the livestock, over all the earth, and over all the creatures that move along the ground." So God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created them. Male and female, he created them. God blessed them and said, "Be fruitful and increase in number, fill the earth, subdue it, rule over the fish of the sea, the birds of the air, over every living creature that moves on the ground." Then God said, "I give you every seed-bearing plant on the face of the whole earth, and every tree that has fruit with seed in it. They will be yours for food. And to all the beasts of the earth, all the birds of the air, all the creatures that move on the ground, everything that has the breath of life in it, I give every green plant for food." And it was so. God saw all that he had made, and it was very good. And there was evening, there was morning, the sixth day. Thus the heavens and the earth were completed in all their vast array. By the seventh day, God had finished the work that he had been doing. So on the seventh day, he rested from all his work. And God blessed the seventh day and made it holy, because on it he rested from all the work of creating he had done. Who invented the 7-day week? God did. And it's still running strong today, somewhere between 6,000 and 10,000 years later. If you'd like to discuss the age of the earth, stop by on Sunday school, 9:15 on Sunday mornings. I'd be happy to discuss it there. What about the invention of mathematics? What about that? Well, we just read that too, didn't we? Pretty easy. 1 day plus 1 day equals 2 days. 1 male animal plus 1 female animal equals 2 animals. 3 days plus 4 days equals 7 days. And thus you have the basics for all mathematical scenarios. And here's another one that you might want to use. It's a little deeper, but you might want to go there. When people came up with the religion of evolution, the belief that everything came from nothing, isn't it amazing that they use the same order of life that is found in Genesis chapter 1? The 7-day week is still here, just as God created it. Life is still here, just as God created it. And you can use that anytime, in any place, to open a conversation that will hopefully bring someone to the cross and to being saved.